Okay, I want to specifically talk about being burnt out as a dancer. Hi guys, welcome to a new video. I recently struggled a lot with being burnt out, and I don't know if you relate. I mean, obviously I think if you clicked on this video, you must relate a little bit. Or maybe you're just interested in what I have to say, which either way, I appreciate it. I was in a period, in a phase, in a season of burnout. I want to give you tips and hopefully prevent you from going through a season of burnout. So that's about it. Let's do it. My first tip is to be gentle with yourself. And this may sound really simple and kind of obvious, but I think it's also very forgotten. Being gentle with yourself goes along with not setting unrealistic goals and comparing yourself to others. As a dancer especially, you can really get in your head whenever you are in a room full of amazing, talented, incredible people, and you're also standing in front of a mirror all day long, and you're constantly being judged, not only by others, but you're always judging yourself. I want you to try and get out of that mentality of, I am competing against everyone else in this room, but flip it, and this really, really helped me, and flip it to, wow, I have the privilege of being in this room with all these other incredibly talented people, and I am going to be inspired by her leg extensions and her turning ability and the way they pick up choreography. Just flipping the way that you're viewing the situation can automatically make such a big difference in your mental health and how you take on the dance world. And with that, setting unrealistic goals. When you set small, attainable goals for yourself, achieving that is just going to automatically give you so much more confidence, and it's gonna just amp up your drive to complete the next thing. My next tip is to not overwork yourself. Give yourself a break. I'm gonna give you an example. In a time of COVID, when I was doing my dance program virtually, it was so hard not to bring dance home with me, because I was dancing in my home. And some of you may be in that same position now. Even whenever I was dancing in person, I would dance all day long, and I would leave the studio and I would just be thinking about rehearsals, I'd be thinking about choreography. It is a non-stop circle of work. And if you are constantly only on the track mind of dance, and you don't have, friends outside of dance, or you're not finding other things to take your mind off of the stress of dance, and you're always just thinking about when's the next audition, well, I need to be there to do this and this and this, you're gonna find yourself really tired at some point. And avoid hitting that brick wall by just giving yourself a break. Give yourself a day off, give yourself a time out with your friends, give yourself movie night with your family. Like, do something that's gonna take your mind off of the stress of your career. It's just gonna lead to a much healthier, happier life. My next tip is self-care. I love talking about self-care because I went so long without it. I went so long without having the mentality of, I'm going to treat myself today because I work hard and I deserve it. Whatever makes you happy, if that's taking a bubble bath, if it's treating yourself to dinner, if it's watching a movie, doing something that brings you joy and relaxation and gives you a peace of mind is just so important. My next tip is to stay inspired. Continue to push the limit, push the envelope, and get your gears turning. As a dancer, specifically, when I wanted to be inspired, I would go on YouTube and look up dance videos, or Instagram now and look up dance videos. And I think that was something that really encouraged me, because I would see something and I would say to myself, I want to do that. I want to do that move that they just did. And then I would either do it, attempt it the way that they did it, or I would end up inventing something new. And I would be like, wow, this is something that I just made. I mean, I'm sure someone else did it somewhere in the world, but it felt exciting to me because I created something and it got my creativity bubble popping. My last tip is to find other hobbies. This is a really great way if you don't know how to take your mind off of work or school or career or job or whatever it may be. Physically find something else to take your mind off of what you're doing. When it comes to taking your mind off of a stressful situation, you could leave the task for 30 minutes, take your mind off of it, come back, and you will be amazed at how much more focused, motivated, creative you feel just because you stopped thinking about it for this long. And you come back and you will have this wave of encouragement. And you're like, oh my gosh, it was just so simple. Like, obviously it's this and this and this, and why wasn't I figuring it out? Because you were spending so much time thinking about it. It does more harm than good. Overworking does more harm than good. You will end up digressing instead of improving if you never rest and never take your mind off of it, never leave it where it's at and come back to it. Basically all the things that I've been talking about in this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really love it if you liked it, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love for you to be a part of this family. Burnout is a really, yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's hard, it's really hard. So if you're in a season of burnout right now, I really just encourage you to push through. You're gonna make it on the other side of this. You will. It could be a very long process, but you're strong and you're capable. And I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason, and every season of your life serves a purpose. You can do it. I believe in you. That is gonna wrap up today's video. I will see you in my next one. Love you all. Bye.